Amazing pass. Connects with Darius Slayton for 27 yards. Guys, the numbers on Jones. 9 for 11, 141 yards. Through 3 games, he's 25 of 30 for 369 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here is Mr. Daniel Jones after his performance saying, Baker who?
You know, what I'm focused on right now is continuing to learn, continue to take the right steps forward. And I mean, I think there's a number of things that I still need to work. There always will be, but I don't know. I think there's certainly a lot to work on, a lot to improve on.
That's what we thought he was when we drafted him. It's fun. About every 6 or 7 days now, I've been able to tell you that's what we saw when we drafted him. So I think he just has a feel for playing the position, and he's getting, he's steadily getting better every time he takes the field, whether it's practice or games. And so that's what you're looking for from a young player, and certainly a guy as talented as Daniel is. You can ask me all you want about why I like him. I think it's time to start asking the people that didn't like him what they think, quite frankly.
Hey, with a smile. Okay, Pat. What's up, Pat?
Assy, I like it. Okay, so there you see Daniel Jones this preseason. Look at what he's done there. 25 of 30. He's connecting on 83% of his passes right now. All that talk surrounding Daniel Jones after the quotes from Baker Mayfield about the rookie quarterback. But look, Pat Shurmur, he's loving the play of his young quarterback. How could he not right now? So my question is, should the quarterback's performance in the preseason maybe speed up the timeline of when they're going to start him, or does everything kind of just sort of remain the same and they have this cushion now?
I think internally the plan is the same, but I think it whets the appetite and sort of lays the groundwork for the fan base in a way that the last time they tried replacing Eli Manning was not done. When Geno Smith was put in for that Oakland game, fans were outraged because they felt like they were blindsided and Eli wasn't treated right. In this case, Eli Manning's playing fine in the preseason. He's going to start week 1. He's going to start as long as he can. But when they do eventually go to Daniel Jones, the New York Giants fan base not only will be ready for it, will be welcoming it. It's a totally different narrative, a totally different timeline. This is how it's supposed to be done. And if you're a Giants fan right now, you're feeling good about it because you don't feel like you're disrespecting Eli Manning and you know there's a plan in place. Good things in Giants world right now, and I don't think that was the feeling 3 months ago.
And that's just it. You said they'll be welcoming. And when you mentioned the Geno Smith situation, that was a true backup coming in to spell a legend here in New York. This situation is a lot different. Daniel Jones is brought here to eventually be the starter, to be the face of this franchise. And we talked about this yesterday before the game. If Daniel Jones comes out and he plays well, you mentioned appetite. Now all of a sudden the fans have a taste in their mouth. Now let's just say Eli starts the regular season, doesn't go so well. Maybe he's not playing well. Maybe the team loses. All of a sudden, these fans, they're going to think back to their memory. Sure. What did Daniel Jones do in the preseason? And what we remember right now, he's one of the more efficient quarterbacks. He has composure, and I get it. He's playing against 2s and 3s. There's not a lot of blitzes, very vanilla offense. But from what we see now, this man looks like he has the sauce.
What Daniel Jones has done is shorten the leash on Eli. Shorten the leash. He'll be in faster because of this. But we can talk about that for the next couple of weeks. I want to talk about what Pat Shurmur just said because that's fascinating to me. The whole thing about, why don't you ask the people who didn't like him. Now, maybe that's a little premature, but I will say this. The Giants, Coach Shurmur, everybody for 6 months have eaten crap sandwiches all day, every day. Odell, the draft pick, it's just been a lot of crap. That probably felt pretty good to say, really good to say. And if you think about the Giants, they're the ultimate, most buttoned-up franchise who don't drop a lot of sound bites like that. You go back to the heyday, and it's Parcells, it's Lawrence Taylor, it's Jim Fossil saying this team is going to the playoffs. That was a moment right there because it wasn't just the soundbite. It was a little smile. It was a little twinkle in the eye. And it was nice to see that from Pat Shurmur, who's usually really flat. He's obviously all in on Daniel Jones. And, we'll see how DJ plays out. But I like that for that moment. That was a kind of a tone-setting soundbite for the Giants.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are almost caught off guard by how good Daniel Jones is playing because they just saw and heard sort of all of the hype up to the draft, and you saw what he did at Duke, and he didn't have great players around him to put him in that position, and now he does. I mean, he didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have a clean pocket. So now he has that. Now we can see what he can do, and it's pretty special.
Yeah, and Dave Gettleman has been doing this for a long time. He's not putting his name on a pick if he doesn't feel comfortable about it, and I bet you he's home. He's either watching our show or doing something else, watching film. And he's having the last laugh right now because Daniel Jones looks the part now. We'll see how the season goes, but at the very least, so far, early returns are pretty good.